Hey, you ever been doing something and then all of a sudden you just have like a vision in your head? It could be like a memory, it could be something that somebody said, but it's something from your past, something that happened to you before, and it just pops in there. You don't know why the fuck it pops in there. This is Chris Johnson. I'm an anxious guy. I've dealt with depression on and off in my life, had suicidal thoughts a time or two in the past. So maybe I'm more prone to this shit than others. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on in anybody else's head. But there are times where I'm just like, I'm doing whatever the fuck, minding my own goddamn business. Like I'm recording this on a day that I had off, and it just fucking popped in there. I just remembered it. It just came in my head like, hey, do you remember that fucking time this happened? And then I think about it, and I almost relive the event. I have a very good memory. I remember a lot of shit. Now, maybe I misremember things, or maybe I'm remembering things only from, like, my perspective. I'm sure everybody fucking does it. But I will, like, vividly remember these things. Almost like a dream you have. You ever have a fucking dream? And this is a bullshit dream, too. It's not like you're dreaming, like, fucking true shit. But, like, you'll dream something, and then you'll wake up, and it'll be like it happened. Like, if you're in a relationship with somebody, like, maybe you dream that, like, your partner cheated on you, and you wake up, like, mad at them as if they actually fucking did it. And you know it's fucking crazy. You know it didn't actually fucking happen, but you're still angry. I remember, like, going through that when I was married a couple times. I can't remember which direction it happened. Maybe both of us. But I remember, like, you fucker? Like, I didn't do anything. You dreamed it, goddammit. I can't be responsible for what subconscious Chris Johnson in your mind does. Motherfucker, I'm barely responsible for what I do. But this thing that popped into my head, it just really fucking angered me. Sometimes it'll pop into my head and I'll fucking remember the memory, for better or for worse, and I'll be like, that fucker. Or like, oh man, that was shitty. Or oh man, that's pretty fucking embarrassing. I hope that doesn't pop into my head again. Maybe I'll fucking try to hide it behind some other memories so I don't have to remember that shit. But other times I can't do that. Other times it just like presses forward and it just like slaps me in the face and I just get pissed again. Like, that fuck! Who the fuck could do that? And maybe it happens because, like, these things have never been addressed. But, like, you can't address everything. Like, everything that happens to you can't necessarily address. You'd be fucking yelling at people all the fucking time. There'd be constant confrontation. Now, maybe some of you out there like constant confrontation. I fucking hate confrontation. I'm successful at it. I can do it if I fucking have to do it. I just don't want to do it. It makes me feel bad. Even if I'm right, it makes me feel shitty afterwards. I would just rather avoid it. I'll confront things if I have to. If I don't want to, fuck that. I'm not gonna fucking deal with it. So this is probably like a bunch of unresolved shit. It's just rattling around in my fucking brain. I don't know how healthy that is, but it is what it is. I mentioned earlier in this podcast, I was suicidal before. I don't know, like, when they came on. It's most vivid in my mind after my ex-wife left, where things were just fucking horrible. I did an episode about this. Like, I'll talk about it. Like, I'm not, like, at a point where, like, I can't discuss it. Like, I'll fucking discuss it with you if you fucking want. But there's an episode about it, episode 228. So I did a whole fucking episode about this a couple of years ago. But I remember actually talking to somebody about it. Talking about what I went through. Talking about what was going on in my head. And here's what I did. Like, I used to fucking have visions of, like, just taking a fucking razor blade and just slicing my fucking arms up. I remember those fucking, when they were happening at the time. I wanted to do it so fucking bad. I never did, but, like, I had that thought often. Like, it was in my mind a lot. But what I used to do when I really just didn't give a fuck, I would drive down the thruway when I was going to my job at like fucking 5 a.m. and like nobody was on the thruway. I would drive down with my fucking eyes closed. Or maybe when I was coming home at night, because like I was working at the insurance job doing that too. I would just fucking close my eyes and see how long I could fucking do it. I didn't give a shit. If I fucking crashed, I crashed. I did not fucking care. It was fucking reckless. It was fucking insane. And it was fucking terrifying. Especially like as I was doing it, because I did it several fucking times. You almost have like guilt that you fucking survived it in a weird way. But I was getting into this with somebody. I was actually having a conversation with somebody who was a friend of mine. Like, man, this is what I was fucking going through, and this is what I fucking did and all that shit. And just explaining the situation to them. You know what they fucking said to me? They were like, that's really fucking selfish. You could have hurt somebody. Like, outside of yourself. Like, what if you hit somebody? And I thought to myself, like, listen, I know that. I'm telling you that. You know what you don't need when you're really fucking opening up about your fucking suicidal thoughts? You don't need some fucking pompous, pretentious, sanctimonious sack of shit telling you what a fucking asshole you are for feeling that way. God, I was so fucking angry. Jesus fucking Christ. You know what? That's probably something I should have confronted somebody on. I don't know why I didn't do it. I can't remember the specific situation. Like, sometimes these memories, like, I remember the memory, but I don't know, like, was I at work? Was I, like, in public? Or what the fuck was going on? Did I just not want to fucking deal with it? You ever been, like, tired and shitty and depressed, and something happens, and you know you should deal with it, but you're like, you know what? I can't. I don't have the energy to deal with this right now. I'm just gonna fucking let that comment slide. I just don't have what it takes right now to fucking deal with it. But you should have done something about it, probably, right? I don't need to be told that I'm a fucking dick. I haven't talked to this person for a very long time. I mean, maybe this is one of the fucking reasons why. But apparently I still fucking resent that conversation. Like, son of a bitch. I just don't understand how the fuck somebody could say something like that. Like, people make mistakes and people fuck up and they fucking deal with it the way they deal with it. Like, I had a fucking problem. Like a suicidal thought, like that's not like a fuck up. That's not like fucking like I did dishes and I'm trying to put the dishes away and I dropped the glass on the floor and it fucking shattered and I had to clean it. It's something that's just in my fucking head, or that was in my fucking head, and it was just there. It's, it's fucking infuriating, I guess, that somebody would say something like that to somebody else. I just would never say anything like that to anybody else. Who the fuck would, dude? So listen, if anybody ever trusts you enough to be like really open and really raw like that, don't fucking put them down, okay? People need to be understood. Suicidal thoughts and like depression and like anxiety and like mental health problems, you're not like wrong for going through it. You know what I mean? So apparently I'm still fucking pissed about it, and hopefully this helps. We'll fucking find out. I'll be back Sundays and Wednesdays. That's when new podcast episodes come out. Podbean is the host of the cast. Every fucking episode is there. I'm also on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, wherever the fuck else you want to get it. I'm on Twitter at Johnson Hates You. I'm going to throw this in my Facebook timeline for you, and if you're into photos and videos, you can find that on Instagram. It does it maybe 5 minutes.